Okay, today we're trying out Dominaria for the first time, since it's just released online. So this is kind of like my pre-release. So I'm going to be reading through a bunch of the cards as I go, getting familiarized with them. It should be fun trying out this new set. So let's have a look at what we've opened. This card seems awesome. Phyrexian Scriptures. So the first mode turns a creature into an artifact, and then on the turn after it comes in, it destroys all non-artifact creatures. So it's kind of like a damnation on suspend, but you can have it dodge one of your creatures, which seems really strong to me. So pretty excited about that. Ariel, Knight of Windgrace. This seems awesome. 4 mana 4/4 is just a really good rate with Vigilance, but then it pumps out Knight tokens every turn and eventually starts killing creatures. This card seems incredibly powerful to me. Goblin Chainwhirler, obviously a very strong card. 3 mana, 3/3 first strike, kills all their small creatures. Haphazard Bombardment also seems really good. You choose 4 permanents you don't control, and every turn it will keep trying to destroy one until only one's left, and just randomly picks them off. Ooh, I've heard this card is so good. At the beginning of combat on your turn, so it's an equipment. The beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of the equipped creature, except it isn't legendary if the equipped creature is legendary. So it just pumps out tokens every turn of your best creatures. This card seems incredible. Let me put his... Okay, this doesn't seem great. This seems like a constructed card to me for getting really expensive cards into play, but in limited this doesn't seem very exciting. And then Kamal's Druidic Vow. Look at the top X cards. Let me put any number of land or legendary permanent cards with CMC X or less from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest into your graveyard. Okay, this seems reasonably strong to me. You need to have enough legendary creatures for it to be good, but it's worth looking at. So these are our rares. The Fran Temporal Gateway, imagine we're not going to end up playing, but all of these are exciting. So I think at first I kind of want to look at black-white. I really want to end up in black if I can, because the Phyrexian Scriptures seems awesome, and Ariel would be really easy to splash white for, most likely. So, hey there, shop. Yeah, Dominaria seems sweet. I'm very excited to try this out. Okay, we've got a solid kill spell here. Hey there, Espion Sun. It's going well. We're trying out the new set. It seems really cool to me. We've got a bunch of really good bombs too. We've got Phyrexian Scriptures, Ariel, and Helm of the Host. How is your midnight pre-release? Ooh, these 5/5 Death Touches seem pretty beefy. They're hard to double block down. This could be good with some tokens. Chainer's Torment. X is half, deals X damage to you. Okay. I don't know how... Have people had any experience with this card in chat? It seems pretty good to me, but it's kind of hard to process. This is buys back 2 creatures, so it's some solid late game card advantage. Oh wow, that's amazing, Espion. I'm guessing you're going to try and sell that as soon as possible. This seems like a solid creature. Okay, we've got enough solid black stuff. It's not amazing, but definitely got some stuff. Let's look at the white. The white's looking exciting with all these legendary cards. So I could see us ending up in white quite easily. So this returns an artifact. So once we've looked for our artifacts, we'll know how good this is. But we've already got the Helm of the Host that we really want to return if they kill it. Torment is good in white-black. Sweet. I will try those out. Yeah. It is super risky to a removal spell and not great if you're not pressuring their life total. Okay. I kind of want to try it out though. I guess it's kind of slow as well. Is part of the problem. Blessed Light, solid removal spell. This card seems good to me. It's not like as amazing as it looks because the game's going to be really long and slow and grindy. So people will hit their mana to pay for this, but it's still going to be pretty decent. This card seems amazing. Like, just gives so many abilities for an enchantment. 2/2 double strike. Creatures you control with first strike have double strike. This isn't particularly exciting to me, but if we have some first strikers, it gets a bit better. Solid flyer. Solid removal. First strike, vigilance, lifelink. Those are just really good stats. Yeah, I'm kind of into that idea. Okay, we've got loads of really good white. So the white's looking really exciting to me. Let's also look at the red, because we have this haphazard bombardment, and we have a couple red gold cards. This card seems awesome. It's when it enters the battlefield, return to your hand all creatures that were put there from anywhere this turn. So worst case scenario, it buys back a creature that you trade off in combat. Danifa is the Nuts and Sealed. Which one was... oh, this one? Yeah. She seems really, really solid to me. 2/2 double strike for 4 is fine. Yep, this is true. Also, this card works with our Danifa. Makes our Danifa into a double striker, which is really exciting. So, Fiery Intervention, solid removal. Caldon Raider. That's pretty good. Like a bit of card filtering. Ditch a land, draw a different card. Yeah, this format looks sweet and tolerable. Oh, Garner gives creatures haste. Yeah, she does. That's really cool too. Means when you recast the creature you get back, it's going to have haste, which is fairly threatening. Skizzik. This seems fine but unexciting. Seismic Shift. It's like a good, like kind of sideboard card, I guess. For when you want to get past opposing blockers. Okay, the Rampaging Cyclops is not terribly exciting. The Runamok seem decent. And we got a Shivan Fire as more removal. So our red looks really solid to me. Yeah, the white looks amazing. I think white's probably going to end up being our best colour. So we're definitely playing white, and we're definitely playing Ariel. I'm just looking at the other colours, and then I'll start chucking some stuff in a deck and see how it looks. But I agree, white looks amazing. Syncopate's decent. Cloud Reader Sphinx, this card seems amazing. A 3/4 flyer for 5 is a great rate. And getting the Scry 2 when it enters the battlefield is just like a lot of value as well. I'll look at the equipment in a moment, Intolerable, after I've looked at the blue cards, but I think we've got some equipments by the looks of things. Time of Ice, I've heard this card's like a lot better than it looks. I've heard it's really brutal, the swings it can have on the game. Homeroad Explorer is unexciting. Unwind is pretty unexciting. Okay, our blue is not looking amazing, so I don't think we're going to end up blue. We've got the Sphinx. There's nothing out. The Sphinx is really good. The Time of Ice is probably pretty good. But everything else is kind of lackluster, I think. Time of Ice is insane. Cool. I've heard that and was a bit surprised, but I can see it being insane. Got a couple candles, which seem fine. Short Sword, 1 mana equipment, +1/+1. It's not great. Sparring Construct seems bad, unless you're really desperate to trigger Historic. Jousting Lance. Oh wow! Jousting Lance seems awesome with Where is it? Quende. Because it turns all your creatures into double strikers. These seem really good with our Denifa and Quende. Hey there, Cambo. Shield of the Realm. This seems really bad. Just doesn't buff the creature or make it better, really. Makes, like, good creatures a tiny bit better, but not really. Urza's Tome. Okay, this grinds out the game really well. Alright, so we want to be white. We want white cards. So I'm gonna take out this stuff, and we're just gonna try and look at what our white cards are like. We're probably gonna end up black-white, because we don't really have the fixing to go 3 color, and this card seems awesome, as does Phyrexian Scriptures. Hey there, Charlotte. Oh, Cambo, what did you open? Right, so let's put in a bunch of these white cards. So they seem really good to me. Quende on Serra's Wings, Bard, Blessed Light. This returns an artifact. This doesn't seem particularly exciting, but if they have a lot of removal for our Helm of the Host, then this gets better. Oh wow, Cambo, that's ridiculous. That's so unlikely. So we want these Jousting Lances, right? With our Danifa and Quende. Were there any other artifacts we wanted? I kind of wanted to try out this Urza's Tome. Seems decent. Let's try out black-white. I'm really excited by the idea of black-white. I think it's going to be black. We haven't looked at the green yet. I'll look at that in a minute. But I think it's likely going to end up being black-white or maybe white-red. These seem fine, I guess. Just some late game. Wow, we just have mono 4s in this deck. It's kind of absurd. So this is like 23 cards just thrown together. It is very heavy on 4-drops. But I guess the 4s are kind of act as our 5s as well, since we don't really have 5s. I don't know if we're meant to be playing both Feral Abominations. They seem pretty decent to me, but I might be overrating them. You got to crew a Weatherlight with a Yargo though. 10 out of 10 would Yargo again. Oh my god. Jousting Lance has been great for you. It looks pretty sweet. So black-white seems decent. We don't have any real fixing, so we're probably just going to have to be 2-color. I'm going to take a quick look at the green, but I'd be surprised if we play it. Ooh, this card seems awesome. Baloth Gorger, 4 mana 4/4. It can be an 8/8 in the late game, or a 7/7 rather. Put a 1 on each creature you control. This seems fine. Is it an instant? It's an instant. Wow, that's so much better as an instant. Jeez, just makes your saplings terrifying in the late game. You'd cut the second Feral Bomb. Yeah, I can see that. I might end up doing that. Gaia's Protector must be blocked if able. That's unexciting, but fine. This seems really good. This is like the Merfolk from the previous set. Makes a 1/1. This is just a 3/2 for free. This card's kind of sweet in the late game, but still just a 2/3 for free most of the time. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. That seems really cool to me. It seems like a really, really powerful effect after you've dumped your whole hand from having all that mana from the first 2 effects. Pierce the Sky. Got a Llanowar Elf, which is nice. So our green seems fine. We've got a few powerful kicker cards and Llanowar Elves, but I don't think it's going to compare to the possibility of white-black or white-red. So I'm just gonna hide these green and blue cards so we can look at the song. Is totally bonkers. Yeah, it seems really powerful. Like once you hit the final mode on it as well. So this is our white-black. So we can probably cut a Feral Abomination. And what is there anything we really want we haven't included yet? Honestly, with 2 Jousting Lances, I kind of just want like random throwaway bodies to equip the lances to. I could almost see us like playing a 2/2 just as like more creatures to put lances on. The elephant seems decent. Oh, this one? Yeah, this seems good for recurring our equipments. You think the Blood Tallow Candle is playable? It seems fine. I guess we don't have much removal in this deck, right? We only have the Eviscerate, the Scriptures, and the Blessed Light. I kind of like the candle. That actually sounds like a decent idea. So this is our white-black, which I think looks really good. Yeah, exactly, Cambo. That sounds really solid to me. Oh, Trainer's Torment. Yeah, you're right. We should cut a Torment, I guess. We could cut a Torment for another candle, which seems decent to me. Or the Elephant to recur the candle we already have. I think I'm just going to play another candle, though. Yeah, this seems decent to me. This is like almost an 18 land deck, honestly. There's so many mana sinks. It's kind of amazing entering a format with this many mana sinks after our previous format where there just weren't any. CMC. So this deck seems good to me. 41-18. I am not about that life, Charlotte. Sorry. Cannot bring myself to do that. Even if it would be correct to do that. So this seems good. I kind of want to build red-black just to take a look at it. I doubt it'll be as good as this because these cards are really bomby, but I still want to look at it. So red-black. No, sorry, red-white. Sorry, red-white. We're 100% playing white no matter what. Let's take a quick look at red-white, and then we'll probably hop in a game with the white-black deck. So just adding all these white cards back in. Slimefoot is bananas. Yeah, that card seems really strong to me. Urza's Tome. We probably play at least one candle, and then we get to add these red cards. So we want Haphazard Bombardment, Fiery Intervention. Keldon Raider seems really sweet, though the double red could be tricky, but I guess we're playing Chain Dweller, which is really heavy red too. How is Valid Soothsayer not good enough? Wait, what? Where is the Valid Soothsayer? Charlotte, have I missed something? Oh, this one? In our white-black deck? It's probably fine. A 2/3 for 4 is kind of unexciting. Like, very unexciting. The ability seems fairly expensive, considering we don't have much token generation in the black deck. If we had a few more like Death Bloomer Phalids, I could see that. So Seismic Shift doesn't seem great. I think this is fine. I guess it's a 5. Yeah, it's like a Charging Monstrosaur, right? But with 2 less toughness. If you just always cast it on 5 mana. This is just like a 2/2 in the stack, but we're kind of into the idea of having a 2/2 in the stack. This deck seems fine. Oh wait, we don't get to play this even, do we? Maybe we could splash black in this deck and get both of these. That's not like the worst idea, right? These are both very strong cards. Then Chain Whirler gets really hard to cast though because of the triple red, which is annoying. I think this is just worse than... Oh, Shivan Fire, you're right, Charlotte. That should 100% be in the deck. Honestly, I think this just looks worse than the black-white. Like, this has good removal, but the black-white has a couple pieces of removal as well from the black. And I think we probably need to splash these just to have more power in this deck, but then the mana gets really awkward with the triple red off the Chain Whirler. Like, we might just not be able to play the Chain Whirler in this deck. Should be really sad. It would remove a lot of the deck's power. I think this is just not nearly as good as the black-white. So I think I'm going to hop in a game with this. Is there anything we want to change? We were considering the elephant over something, right? You play the elephant over the Soothsayer. We don't have the Soothsayer in this deck. Splashing red for removal and Garner. It's a good question. Black-white still has double white and double black. So the mana isn't amazing. If we had like even one copy of the 1/2 robot, I think I'd splash Garner. Because Garner seems so powerful. But I think I just don't want to mess up this deck's mana. Yeah, Garner seems really strong to me, especially with Phyrexian Scriptures. Because this activates, it might destroy a few creatures, but then you get them all back with Garner, which is really powerful. So like this combo is absurd, but I think splashing is going to be too awkward. We'd have to go like 7 plains, 7 swamps, 3 mountains, because we just have no fixing. So I think I'm just going to play the deck like this and see how it goes. I'm worried about our curve being a bit clunky, but I'm kind of just trying stuff out. Seems light on creatures. It does only have 11 creatures. We could play a random creature instead of a candle, I guess. Actually, I think I like that. We already have so much to do with our mana. I think having the candle is awkward. We can play the elephant maybe just as another body to put equipments on. I think I like that. I think I just want the extra body. We've already got plenty, like a fair amount of removal, so I don't think we need the candle, second candle. Alright, first match. First match of Dominaria. I have been looking forward to this. The sound seems excellent. We'll certainly try to, Aspian. Seems like an easy keep. Got some early critters. We got the Scriptures to blow up the board. Luckily, Scriptures and Salvage don't nombo, which is nice. Since it only exiles opponents' graveyards. Yeah, Helm seems really silly. Completely agree with you, Cambo. Ooh, something to do with our mana this turn? We could save it for the historic crit trigger, but we're going to have a lot to do with our mana. So I think we just want to run it out, and then like we can start activating it later. Ooh, it works well with the Saga, because the Saga is going to go to the graveyard later. Alright, Danifa. Card is scary. It's actually kind of a beating, right? Ooh. Alright, so we get to run out our Trapper this turn. We've got a lot of powerful cards in hand. With the Helm, the Scriptures. But we're going to be taking a fair bit of damage off of Denifa for the time being. You've got to copy a kicked Goblin Barrage. That sounds disgusting, Cambo. Sanctum Spirit. Oh geez, that's pretty good against our Phyrexian Scriptures. Huh. I guess Quende ends up trading with the Denifa. That's so unexciting. I wonder if we want to just run this out and start making 3/2s. I guess we want to put it on Quende to make double strikers instead. I feel like running out Scriptures here is bad. We can wait another turn on that. I'm just going to run out Quende instead. The white card seems so strong, Espion. I think I'm going to attack here. They want to discard a card to give this indestructible. I think that's fine. I guess it means I can't block because I don't really want to block with Quende. I guess if I block Quende on... The thing is, Quende's so good with the Helm of the Host. I think I'm just not going to attack here. I think there's no need. We've got lots of the late game, so I'm kind of just looking to gum things up and survive into the late game. Oh, is it going to be worth something because of Redemption, Charlotte? I didn't think of that. That's so sweet. They're attacking with Denifa. So it's only 2 damage. I think I'm just going to take it. So if I can get Helm of the Host on Quende, that's going to be really strong. So basically, it's the same colour preferences as Rivals. I thought white was easily the best colour in Rivals, and then like black and blue followed up afterwards. Ooh. Right, now they're starting to get a lot of damage on board. So I almost want to cast Phyrexian Scriptures now. We can turn this into a 3/3 double strike, which is really strong. Because the board's getting pretty big now. And where this is going to be a turn on delay, and they're going to get to keep this because of the indestructible potentially. I kind of don't want to get too greedy. Like with the Helm of the Host, we have a lot of late game, so there's a lot of motivation to just try and survive here. And we're still going to get a healthy, like 3 for 2 or whatever out of the Scriptures. And potentially eat up their turn as well. Obviously if they have the common removal spell for this, it's really bad for us, but hopefully they don't. Because there's the 5 mana exile a creature or enchantment, I think, which would hit the Scriptures right now. Artifact Quende, yeah. This is really cool. Ooh, they get to use their mana this turn because of the Jousting Lance. That's pretty good for them. and get in some damage. Hopefully we hit our land drop next turn, then we can play a blocker and the helm, and then start copying Quende every turn. I don't know. I guess because it's still a white card. Right, we're gonna block with the Trapper, since it's only gonna die anyway. So I think these are the obvious blocks, right? We can kill off this. Is it to not take damage, and then this chumps. That seems pretty great to me. Jeez, Phyrexian Scriptures is like absurd. This is so unreasonable. This is actually just so unreasonable. I kind of want to get the Helm of the Host going as soon as possible, so I'm just going to cast that, so we can equip this up next turn. Wait, what? What just happened? Moto things. I don't know, Cambo. I don't know why this always happens to me. Jeez, we were so gonna win that game too. I wonder if Phyrexian Scriptures breaks the program or something. Yeah. Might be requesting reimbursement. Yeah, I will be filing for compensation, Charlotte. Where'd my planes go? My planes are just not appearing in play. I'm gonna restart Modo a sec. I'm gonna restart Modo a sec. How do I turn the... Just gonna turn the monitor off a sec whilst I restart Modo. I think it might have shop, shop, shop. Can't play lands, hashtag feels bad. It does make Magic slightly more challenging if you can't play lands. Not gonna lie. Yeah, do you know why the Prophetic Prism bug was happening to you, Mike? I'm wondering if this is related at all. It's in play, you just can't see it, click on it, or anything. Modo's such a quality program. Alright, just waiting for it to reload. We'll be back in the game in a second. It's phased out. Oh god. That sounds awful, Charlotte. Every land now has phasing. That sounds like actually atrocious. Hey, we have a planes. This is great. It does make sense. Shop, shop, shop. We have a planes. Huzzah. Luckily this hand's pretty strong, so hopefully we'll still win this game, despite the last one bugging out on us. Draws by floating mana doing weird stuff. Okay, that makes sense, Mike. Kind of. Teferi phased my planes out to send to Zalfair. That is the only logical explanation. The whole Dominaria pre-release thing. So every 3 months a new magic set is released, or a new one of the main sets. So at the moment Dominaria is about to be released, but a week before the release they have pre-release events in paper, and where you can play sealed with the new set. And then they will also have sealed events online where you can play with the set before you can actually buy the set a week beforehand as well. Yeah, it's the first tournament with the new cards, essentially. Your first shot at trying them out. So everyone's sort of learning the cards and figuring out what they like and stuff. Hey there, Amy. Yeah, our opponent just decided to log in again as well. So they might have been having a similar problem. Right, I hope we hit our land next turn. That would be great. If we hit our land next turn, this hand's pretty decent. We get to cast the Denifa on free. And even if we miss our land, we get to cast Helm of the Host again. Attacks another target creature gains flying until another turn. Okay, I'm just going to attack my 2/2 here. There's a chance they don't block. Awesome. We get in 2 damage. I'm doing pretty well, Amy. Kind of nice doing a weekend stream for once. I just really wanted to try out Dominaria, so I thought I'd fire up the stream. But I'm doing pretty well, generally. Maybe casting Helm will restart the game again. Only one way to find out. Oh my lord. Ooh. This card's pretty silly. 3 mana 3/3. That makes all their creatures bigger. Yeah, I don't normally bother updating Stream Decker for sealed, because it's kind of a pain to micromanage that. So it's just on my last deck. Yeah, the game restarted when I clicked on Helm. That's correct, Mike. So obviously we can't attack here. We're just going to pass the turn. This card is really strong. Hopefully we hit a land next turn and we can slam the Phyrexian Scriptures, make our Denifa into a 3/3. It's dubious whether check pile could beat most limited decks. I'm pretty sure it couldn't. I don't know how check pile beats like a 5 mana 5/5. Just like none of its removal can kill that. No restart when they have a Banalish commander, so never lucky. Too right. They had a Denifa last game, which was pretty good too, so... Ooh, they're just not sending their 3/3 to the air. Because they want it to block. That makes sense. Wow. Mono Pegasus courses. I'm just gonna slam the Scriptures. Like, their board is really good, so this is now a 3/3 first strike Vigilance Lifelinker. So even if they double block her, we kill the Banalish Marshal and then she survives in combat against the Courser. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack so I can gain my 3 life when they block with their Courser. Cool. And then next turn, we get to do this again, and hopefully not crash the game this time. Jeez, Pegasus, the Phyrexian Scriptures is so unreal. This card looks just amazing. They're not attacking with the Banalish Marshal, which is scary. Because they could be getting in free damage by giving it flying with a Corsair. Nope, we just get to destroy everything. Cool. Fear averted. Right, let's just start making tokens. One less to cast, so we still have to pay 5 to equip. Start making lifelinkers to attack with. Sounds amazing. This is kind of the dream. Doomblast to spend 1 for 4 mana is quite decent. You're right, shop, shop, shop. Yeah, this is kind of silly, Charlotte. We're gonna have so many Denethers. Serra Angel. Right, I should read the wording on this. I don't know if there's any conditions, or if it just always does this. We've got the Trapper, so the legendary creature is going to trigger the Trapper to tap down Serra Angel, which is really dumb. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of the equipped creature. There's just no conditions, you just get to keep making tokens. You don't even like have to attack with them, and you don't lose them if the original creature dies. This is, oh, this is casting a historic trigger. Yep, you're right, Cambo. I caught it too. Yep. You're both right. In which case... I guess if I cast this next turn I can cast some historic stuff. That seems reasonable. Slap Helm on Host of Bard. Oh, that sounds amazing. I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet, but that is something to do later on in the game if things go that long. I think for the time being I want to get my Trapper down though, because then I can tap down their blockers potentially. Put them in a really scary position. The new set seems really fun so far, Amy. But we're already in our first match. Building the Sealed Pool was quite fun. There was like a lot of choices to it compared to Rival Sealed, which was relatively straightforward. Oh wow, it's a 6/6 first striker, but it still gets tapped by a Trapper, so we don't really care. I did not, Mike. I just tapped my mana and then clicked the Helm. I don't think I control Z. Maybe I did. Maybe I'm misremembering. Alright, so we get to cast Bard, tap down Serra Angel. And then we'll get to attack for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and gain 9 life. Yeah, well, we had a lot of different options as well. Shop. I could see like a lot of the pools ending up like that. This card, both these cards are so silly. Jeez. Alright, so we're playing the white-black mirror. Yeah, for sure, Mike. So many Denethers. You can just say shop. Yeah, I'll probably start doing that now. That sounds much easier. For the next 3 damage. Thing is, because I guess this is good against all the first strike they have. I'm a bit worried about all their flyers, but I don't think we have anything that deals with all of the flyers. If it's legendary, it also gains lifelink. I'm almost tempted to lower my curve a bit. Their deck seems quite aggressive. I could see, like, bringing in a Healing Grace to, like, win combats and just be a bit more efficient. I don't know if that's unreasonable. Maybe over the Chainer's Torment. Since they're quite aggressive, I think the Chainer's Torment seems a bit scary, especially against all their flyers. I could either bring in a charge, or I could bring in this Invoke the Divine. We saw an equipment, and we saw the aura. I'm actually going to bring in the Invoke the Divine. That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, I like that idea. We saw a couple good targets for it. And they might even have the white aura that's, I think, at common, that exiles a tapped creature. Chainer's Torment is garbage. Okay, I'll stop putting it in my deck now then, George. I thought it looked, like, interesting. I wasn't sure how good it was, though. I kind of wanted to give it a try. But I could see it just not being very good. It's a big cost to pay and a bit slow. It's definitely, like, very slow. The sound is kind of nice. Just got this bed to be defensive on the draw. Okay, cool. That makes sense, George. I could see that being the case. I could see it being the case that, like, you tap out for your Chainer's Torment, and because you spent your 4th turn casting it, your opponent gets ahead on board and gets to pressure you more, and because of that, your life total drops, so the Torment doesn't even, like, get you much out of the deal, because you've fallen so far behind by casting it and waiting around. Oh my word. Huh. Okay. Okay. See what's happening over there. That's pretty good against our deck. Yeah, in which case you're already winning, right, Shop? If you're super ahead on board, that makes sense. Alright, this is quite the start from our opponent. Hit our land though, which is amazing. I hope we hit the land for this bed next turn. That would make this game a lot easier. I'm just going to run out the Trapper here. Oh, that makes sense too, Cambo. It's really, really weak against blue. For those reasons. There's so many effects like that in blue. There's Time of Ice as well. The Uncommon Knights are great. Yeah, they seem really strong to me. Ooh, we can trade our knight for their knight, which is something. Crit creature has first strike. Okay, so we could make a 5/2 first strike. I think I just want to get this down and threaten to trade for this. I don't know, because it gets flying, doesn't it? I still think I want to cast another creature rather than equip the lance anyway. So casting the first striker seems a bit better, especially since it's a 3/2 because of their black permanent. It uses, yeah, this seems good to me. And they didn't cast anything all of last turn, so that might let us catch up a bit. Especially if we get to cast this next turn, can slow down the assault slightly. This Pegasus Cavalry's Courser seems really good. Curving like a 3-power 2-drop into Pegasus Courser is so much pressure. Hopefully if we hit a land, we might even just cast Aven Sentry and try and block this. In all honesty. Phyrexian Scriptures again. So am I suiting up? If I suit up the Trapper, I get to attack for 8. I don't have my opponent dead next turn though. Yes, if I hit my land, I can then on Sarah's Wings. And if they don't play a blocker, they might just die. Okay, I'm gonna suit up my Trapper. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, the Pegasus seems really strong. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm really, really excited for the mocks. If we hit a land, we might get to on Sarah's Wings next turn. Which might just kill my opponent, but also might mean we gain some life. Even if we don't kill my opponent. So worth noting, if they attack with everything, this is going to trigger the historic trigger, so we can tap down one blocker if we hit a land. I'm going to take 5 here, that's fine. Even if they have the Anthem, the 1-mana Anthem, we'd go to 1. Ooh. They're going to put us... They just kill us? Okay, they had 2 pump spells to kill us here. It's pretty sad. Alright. Apparently they have a lot of pump spells in their deck that we didn't see in the other games. Stumbled on lands a bit there. Right, so they're very aggressive. I think I actually want to change this deck a fair bit because of that, right? If we can make it lower to the ground, that would be good. I guess we want this Blessing of Balzanok. It's a way for us to gain some life against their aggressive starts. And it also means we can lower the curve a bit. And I almost want, like, one of these. Do people prefer Charge or Healing Grace? You don't mind switching Urza's Tome? Yeah, the Urza's Tome might just be a bit too slow for this matchup. And we've got lots of good late game anyway. Yeah, the Tome's far too slow for this matchup. Agreed, Espion. Yeah, I definitely agree with you both about that. We could take out the Feral Abomination as well, even, to lower our curve a bit. We've still just got so much to do with our mana. I'm not too worried about cutting a 6-drop here, you know. We could add a Charge or we could add a Healing Grace. Doubt any target this turn by a source of your choice. I want to try this card out. I'm not sure how good it is, but I feel like it could be decent in this matchup. If we can force our opponent to block at any time. Against all the first strike, that's a really good point, Espion. The Healing Grace does line up better against the first strike. Cool. I think we should be a bit more well equipped for this matchup now with the extra 1-drops. So as long as we hit our land drops, we should be good. You don't have enough creatures for charge. Yep, that makes sense, Simeon. If you can force them to block, it's a removal spell. The Healing Grace. In the previous 2 games, we've never been in like a situation to force our opponent to block and potentially trade off a creature, but now we're going to get to be on the play for the first time. It should make a big difference to that. I almost wonder whether I'm meant to just be like boarding in another 2/2 against them, but I don't know. We're gonna go first. This sounds fine, right? We've got our solid uncommon that lines up pretty well against their deck. And got a 2-drop. I'm just gonna cast this out now. We could save it for historic triggers, but I think I just want to be using my mana. I don't have that many lands in hand. And like, it's not inconceivable that we end up using most of our mana for a while. Okay, another white source. That means we can cast the Baird later. They're going to cast a Knight of Malice. So if they block here, we get to use Healing Grace. Yeah, it's both halves of Healing Salve. It's really sweet. Prevent the next 3 damage that be dealt to any target this turn by a source of your choice. So we name this as the target, but we don't have to choose this as the source. Because, or like, it doesn't get stopped by the hexproof because it doesn't target that as a source. Cool. They just take it, that's fine. The 2/4 is going to brick wall the 3/2 anyway. I guess they have lots of pump spells, so it won't actually brick wall it, but we can use like a Healing Grace to have this live through a pump spell quite easily. So that's not too worrying. Cool, just taking 3. Hopefully they don't have one of their Pegasus here. They don't, that's great. The bed's pretty good against the Pegasi actually, because of because the Pegasus isn't a very exciting creature to be attacking with on its own, because it's just a 1/3, and you're really using it to get the flying trigger. So having to send 2 creatures attacking for that reason. Ooh. So we don't get to cast the bed this turn, but I think I want to use my Healing Grace here to save my knight. And then we can still cast this next turn. So prevent the next 3 damage that will be dealt to any target this turn by a source of your choice. So I choose this. I prevent 3 of the 4 damage, so it only takes 1 damage, and lives. So I choose the Gideon's Reproach. They still take 3, which is great. Awesome, Espion. It looks pretty good. Like, 2/4 Vigilance is just a solid body as well. So we get to cast Bed next turn. Turn after we can activate our Candle, if they play a flyer or anything like that that we want to kill particularly. Or this. They're gonna get a... This card's really strong. Jeez. Do we think they don't block if I attack? They probably still... I don't think it's worth the risk, sadly, to call their bluff. To bluff attack with our 3/2 into this. So they have... So they can tap 1 knight. So they cannot currently kill the Bard. It's the true mirror match, it sure is. I'm a bit worried that if I cast our Bard and they have another knight, they can kill the Bard. But at the same time, if I don't cast the Bard, I'm taking so much damage next turn. I think I have to cast this and just hope they don't have another knight. It's a bit scary though. Obviously next turn we can kill this with the Candle, because we'll have our 6th mana. We just have to cross our fingers and hope they don't have a knight this turn that they can cast off Swamp and Free Plains. Yeah, Ariel seems awesome, for sure. Even just the token generation ability is amazing, right? Oh, they're just attacking? This is okay with me. I don't want to lose the Bard, so I'm just gonna block their 3/2 with my 3/2. If they want to use a trick, I think that's fine with me. If they want to use a trick to save their 3/2. I guess the worry is now they might be able to save the Aerial from our Candle, which is a bit scary because they might have a trick here. I guess I don't activate this yet, and I wait for them to activate the ability. Once the ability's on the stack, then I can activate this. Because then they won't have a trick up. Thanks, Dark Knight Ninja. They would need a +2 trick. We have seen one in their deck, though. I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. If they tap out to make a knight, then we'll kill this. Okay, they didn't tap out to make a knight. That means they have a trick. Yeah, Espion, Ariel seems completely absurd. Hey there, Dark Ninja. Sadly, we're going to take another 4 here, which is not ideal. I almost wonder if I want to use the candle now, just to stop taking so much damage. They obviously have a trick to save Ariel, which is probably the +2/+2 for 2 mana that we've seen in their deck. Oh, what I could do is I could block and then use this. Or I could use this and then block. I think I like that. I'm gonna use this now. And if they pump Ariel, I get to block. And there's a decent chance they have a trick here based on how they've played, but I feel like we still have to go for this. And if Ariel survives combat, then we just have to hope to draw into another piece of removal or something powerful enough to combat Ariel. Like our Helm of Hosts. They're just making a 2/2. This is great for us. Awesome. We got rid of the stupid Ariel. We get to keep playing Magic. Yeah, there does seem to be quite a few of them, Espion. For sure. They're blocking with their 2/2. They're gonna pump it. Using my Blessed Light sucks. Because they could have another bomby creature to play. But I think I have to do this. Because we have lots of equipment in our deck, and we only have Bard as our only creature in play. And if we draw equipment after this point, we won't have anything to put the equipment on. Also, Bard is like a pretty good creature to save here. Not amazing, but I think this is worth doing. It's a bit sad, because using one of our premium removal spells on a 2/2 is very unexciting. But I think we do just want to save the Bard in combat. Hey there, Rook. Things are going really well at the moment, yeah. Like, Uni's going okay, and I've got the PT coming up, which I'm really hype about, because it's my first one in a while. And Dominaria is just so sweet. Oh my god, we can kill that. This is great. Get to use this Invoke the Divine. Boop. Yeah, exactly, Espion. And we have what, 3 equipments in our deck? So we just need a creature in play as well. Which also motivates us to save Bard. Pegasus Courser, sure. Booped the Snoop. Oh my god. Ooh, these block pretty well. I guess we aren't attacking for a little while. They have the +2/+1. So if I attack, I'm just going to end up trading Bard for that if they have it. And they're so likely to block, I just don't think it's worth attacking. So I guess we're just chilling here until we draw an equipment. Or Phyrexian Scriptures or something. Danifa doesn't do anything. I guess she gets sent flying by a Courser, huh? Because these can give Danifa flying. So she's actually pretty good here. The spookiest ghostly prison. Oh my god. Okay, she's good. We have one of our own and start gaining some life. There's no point attacking the Bard because they just block with the Corsair. So I'm just going to cast the Nefa and pass the turn. And then if they start attacking with their Denifa, it means we get to attack back with ours. So we'll just gain back a bunch of the health that we're losing anyway. Ooh, this is a rare equipment. I haven't seen this one before. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has vigilance and trample. Wow, that seems really strong. We might actually be in some trouble now with that going on Denifa. It's going to gain them a lot of life. Make short sword free. Oh, the short sword is the +1/+1, right? Yeah, she does do that. Yeah, this seems really strong. Nice combo with Denifa as well. Yeah, it works really well with the lifelink. Whoa, they're just attacking with Denifa? I am so confused right now. They could have the plus and their other copy of the +2/+1. Which means our Denifas wouldn't trade. We'd lose ours. Oh, they could also have the -1/-1 thingy, that too. What happens if we double block with these? And they have the -1/-1 thingy or +2/+1. +2/+1 would eat both of these. If they had the -1/-1, they get to shrink this and eat both of these. Maybe we still just have to block with her anyway. It's kind of rough, but feel like we might have to. Triple block. If we triple block and they have the -1/-1, they shrink Bard, kill both of these two, and then Denifa kills her. Or they kill like this and this. So that would be fine. If they have the +2/+1 though, which is the one we've actually seen, they eat both of these and then the Denifas bounce. I guess they eat these two and then this bounces off the Denifa. Prefer just Denifa block or double block with the two others. I think I like triple block the most. They have the +2/+1. This would be a 7/3 first striker. It would kill these two, but we'd still have our Denifa. I think I like triple block the most. Yeah, I agree, Charlotte. I think I like triple block the most. Like, if they have a trick, it's obviously pretty bad for us regardless. But, I think we just have to triple block to try and deal with the Denifa now. Yeah, I think I agree. I think I like the triple block. It's obviously awkward, but yeah, so she's still going to die in combat. We're going to lose 2 of our creatures, which sucks, but we get rid of their best one. That's true, Sword, but like, we have to do something. We can't just sit around doing nothing and letting them gain 1,000,000 life with Denifa. And we still have a bunch of draws to deal with this situation. Like, just letting Denifa hit us for 5, and then next turn Denifa's going to get flying from the courses. So, like, that's our one opportunity to try and block her down and use our creatures in combat. This is obviously awkward. Yeah, a tiny bit flooded. I don't know that we have any draws now, live draws, but I guess we wait and find out. Because Phyrexian Scriptures is going to be too slow. Yeah, these draws have not been ideal. For sure. It's fine though. Jousting Lance, this does nothing. We're just gonna die in the air. Scriptures off the top wouldn't do anything, SPN, because it'd be a turn too late, because we'd take lethal the turn before it would blow the world up. That was a tiny bit sad. We were gonna win game 1, but then Modo bugged out on us for some reason. I'm gonna take this Chain of Stormwind out of my deck. It didn't look very good. I kind of just want either this Healing Grace or an Invoke the Divine in the main deck. Maybe just the Healing Grace. And then we'll run this back. You never know, it might just reset the game immediately. Oh my god. This is true. That is a thing that could happen. Awesome. Got a match. The sound seems pretty great. Denether into Helm of the Host is very powerful. You think disenchants are good in the sealed? Yeah, I can see that being the case. It seems like there's a lot of good equipment, and you've got the sagas as well, which are all reasonably bomby. So I could see main deck disenchants actually being quite good in sealed. Blocks or becomes blocked by an equipped creature. Okay, that's really good against this, huh? I guess it's not actually good against this, you just don't attack with a creature that's equipped. Yeah, deals with Icy Manipulator too. Saga's ish. Yeah, the ones I've seen so far have seemed quite impressive, but obviously they vary a bit in how good they are. Alright, can cast Denether now. Seems fine. Deals with their ooze. Starts gaining us some life next turn. Hopefully. What? Whenever you cast a historic spell, untap Traxos. Okay. This thing seems big. Oh my lord. 7/7. I think I just want to cast my Trapper this turn instead of equipping this. We still gain 2 life. That was a big critter. So, blocks becomes blocked by an equipped creature, so we don't want to equip this anyway. So we're just going to attack with our 2/2, cast the Trapper post-combat. Use our mana nicely, and then we have some artifacts to trigger the Trapper in the future. Yeah, he is a big, like, dinosaur, kinda? Dragon? Probably a dragon. Power creep. Ooh, this Trapper is hilarious against this, right? If they try and leave this on blocks, we just tap it down. That's kind of funny. Enters the battlefield, return another target historic permanent you control to its owner's hand. Okay, so they don't want to do that. Yeah, this Trapper is really funny against the Traxos. We're just gonna get to keep tapping this down forever. So I definitely want to cast this turn so I can equip it next turn. We can tap down the Traxos. then we can cast our Evangel. Our opponent's just done. Opponent does not want to play against Helm of the Host. Oh my lord. I don't want this Invoke the Divine. Like, we've seen Traxus already, just from the few cards they've shown us. And the 4/4 and stuff. Yeah, that was kind of amazing. They're just, like, so done with it. 7/7 Yeet 3/2. What card do we want to cut? I don't really want to cut too many creatures, because we've got all these equipments we want to equip onto stuff. Maybe just the Healing Grace. They didn't seem very aggressive. And like, this is pretty bad against Traxos anyway. Big bulky green creatures. Denifa is great. Denifa is a very pushed uncommon. Thank you to everyone watching today, by the way. I normally stream 3 days a week. Basically whenever I can get the time to. If you're enjoying the stream, please consider giving it a follow, and you'll know when I'm next on. I'm also on a podcast called Proven Combatants, which you should check out, because it's amazing. This is pretty nice against their ooze. If, even if they take down like a Jousting Lance in combat, we can just get it back with the kicker. Sounds pretty solid. Yeah. Stream's doing pretty well today, Espion. It is hype. Cool, so we've got an Invoke the Divine if they draw their Traxos. We've got this Quende. Ooh, Knight of Dominaria, 3/1. Okay, that's fairly aggressive. I'm not going to be able to block this for a while, so it's going to get in a fair bit of damage. The double striker will keep it in check though, which is nice. Still no forest. I wonder if they just bored it out of green. They were sideboarding for quite a long time, so they might have just changed deck. I'm just going to cast the Trapper, rather than activate the Tome. This is going to be nice in a few turns though. We've got a bunch of lands we can loot away to it. Oh my word, we might be destroying that one. That is a 4/5 flyer. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 5 cards of your library. So I guess next turn we're killing this. Do I want to trade off with their Knight? I feel like our Trap is better than the Knight, but if I don't do this, I'm going to take 6 damage off their Knight. And we're able to play the long game pretty well with our Tome, so I think I actually want to trade off, even though it's kind of like trading down. Yeah, I'm still just going to kill this anyways. I'm going to do it now. There's like some pump spells that's give indestructible. I guess I'd get to respond anyway. Maybe it like changes their play, that they want to crew the Weatherlight. I just don't want to take any risks. I'm not aware of all the cards in the set yet. I just don't want to take any risks and let this live. It's probably not going to change much doing it main phase anyway. Obviously, once I know the set better, it might just be safe to not tap out to kill it and hold up the removal instead, but for the time being, I'd just rather play things safe. Yeah, Weatherlight seems really impressive to me. Flash Flying. Oh wow, this is pretty great. Now any legendary creatures have Flash. It makes attacking really hard. What? Okay. Right. So they have a 5/5 flyer. Yes. Yes, I'm casting my 3/5 to block their 3/3. And then, am I attacking with my 2/2? If they have a removal spell for my 3/5, it's so bad because they kill it. They hit me for 8, and then this is a 2-turn clock instead of a 3-turn clock. So I think I'm just going to cast my 3/5 and not attack to play things safe. Free has Death Touch. I'm not sure I understand, Chris. Am I missing something? Like, this would still be a trade, right? Which is good for us. Okay, I am very happy we didn't attack, because they'd be getting in an extra 3 damage if we did. So we have to block this. Death Touch, Lifelink, 3/3. Isn't it just going to trade? Why are they trading off their 3/3? It makes their Wrath Capuchin smaller as well. I'm surprised by this. This is a strange trade to make. This is a good draw. So let's get back our critters. Kill this, attack for free. Cool. Another Arvad. Okay, that explains why they traded off the previous one. Makes sense now. Right, so we can attack with this. Cast both of these. And then they'd have to, like, end of turn tap, untap tap, at which point we have the manipulator desynced, so it's not just tapping on our end step every time. So I think that sounds pretty good to me. Like, obviously they can get in a hit for free lifelink if they want, but if they do that, then it means the Icy Manipulator's been pushed back by a turn, because it's suddenly activating on their turn instead of on our turn every turn. So it's entering our turn tapped, which I think is pretty good for us, if they really just want to gain the free life. Yes, they're not even attacking here anyway, because they don't want to desync the IC, so we just got in a bunch of damage for free. I guess we start with activating this tome. See what we can find. Alright, discard planes. Okay. This board's getting slightly more complicated. I guess I can attack with my 3/5. Also just attack with the 2/2 double strike instead, because it gets in 4 damage instead of just 3. That seems better. If they want to make this trade, I'm fine with it. And if they don't make this trade, I'm getting in 4 damage instead of just 3. Yeah, this seems good to me. I'm holding back 2 creatures to deal with the Arvad. I'm going to hold the land so we can pitch it to the Urza's Tome. Ooh, this is pretty strong. Kind of like a really good divination. Okay, they found a life linker, so that could help swing a race if we get into one. Though they're only hitting for 1 at the moment. This is really good. So we can't cast this and equip this turn. We can cast it and get the Trapper trigger though. And we can also do a loot. There's syncopate in the format, so I'm going to cast this first, just because it's so important and we don't want to risk getting it syncopated. And we can tap down this, I guess. Yeah. Since we'd rather this die if they want to trade something off here. And I guess there's no reason to activate this now since we can't play anything we find off it. So we might as well make opponent think that we could have an instant in hand. Cool, they're tapping our double striker. Now we've got the Helm of the Host in play, I'm tempted to be really defensive and just not attack with anything. Since next turn this is just going to completely take over the game. There's like a lot of motivation to just not attack here. Make sure that we can block down their things no matter what. Yeah, opponent is totally done because they're fed up of the Helm of the Host again. Awesome. So we lost round 1 because the game bugged out and restarted. But that round 2 was fairly straightforward. Opponent's deck seems sweet that game, Esper Legends, with the Flash Legend and the Pumping Legend together. I really want to cast this card some more. We still haven't drawn our Ariel, and she seems really strong. Like when we played against this card, she just seemed obnoxiously strong. Borderline oppressive if you don't have a removal spell. How's Dom feeling so far? I've been really enjoying it so far. I will say, initial impressions it feels a bit bomby, but lots of sealed formats feel like that at first, so I don't know if that necessarily means very much. Like, it might pan out that it isn't that bad. There is a lot of nice removal for the bombs at least. A lot of the bombs at least die very cleanly to removal spells, even if they can take over the game single-handedly, so that's been alright. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. Building the sealed deck wasn't the easiest thing in the world. It felt like there were a lot of choices, which is a nice place to be in with a sealed format. Is Dominaria sealed slower than the other sets? I've only played 2 matches of it so far, so I cannot honestly comment. Both the matches we played haven't felt like super fast or super slow, but we're only 2 matches in. Got our best card again. Ooh, we got our other best card now. I'm looking forward to this game. We just need to like run off a couple lands, and then we should be in a really good position. Sadly, this isn't a knight for our Ariel. It's a cleric, but cool. See you around, Dark Ninja. Feels like there's a ton of removal. Yeah, it feels like there's quite a bit of removal, which is good. And like I said, like a lot of the bombs do just die cleanly to removal, which is nice. Like, Helm of the Host is an unreal card, as is Ariel, but both of them can just be 1-for-1 with removal before they do anything. Oh, that's awesome, Chris. I still haven't held any, obviously. This is my first time playing with the cards, but yes, we're not attacking or doing anything this turn. That's fine, though. Pretty okay with spending a couple turns not doing much, considering we've got the Phyrexian Scriptures in hand now. The Black Sagas look sweet, for sure. The Ixalan Sealed, where you just played the strongest type. Yeah, this format seems a lot more complex, SBN, for sure. Ixalan Sealed was just so straightforward a lot of the time, in terms of like what you wanted to build. Especially Rivals. I felt like Rivals, there was like quite a colour imbalance in Sealed, which really shifted things too. I kind of just want to slam this. I'm kind of falling far behind on board, and both of these are good creatures, and we've got the Blessed Light to kill a follow-up creature. So I'm just going to slam the Scriptures. think this seems good to me. Hopefully they don't have a disenchant. Like, I don't really want to get into combat with my Ariel, right? Because if they have a trick to kill Ariel, it's really bad for me. So I probably just wouldn't even be able to block their creatures with Ariel, even though, you know, on face value, Ariel should win combat. Cool. To destroy their knights. Surprising modern impact? I'm not sure. I quite like, what is it? I quite like the blue saga that finds artifacts and can then turn artifacts into creatures 2 turns later. I think that card seems really strong to me. I kind of just want to cast Ariel here. And like start pumping out knights and killing things. Then if we draw a land we can make a knight and make Denifa. Yeah, casting Ariel seems great here. The 2/2 is not a very impressive thing to copy of the Helm of the Hosts, so I don't think I want to cast this quite yet. Oh my lord. I guess we're spending our turn killing that thing, her, and getting in for 7. It's like a fine use of a turn. Antiquities War, yeah, that's the card. It seems really good to me. I would be surprised if that doesn't see some modern play. Even if it's just like sideboard and like affinity or something. I think it seems really strong. Didn't really see much of my opponent's deck, so I'm tempted to just run this back, if I'm being honest. I guess with the 2 knights, they're like fairly aggressive. I don't know if we want this. We didn't see any targets that game, but we could like lower our curve a bit. Honestly, just tempted to run it back though until I see a bit more of their deck. The Red Saga. Which one's that guy? I can't remember which Red Saga it is. Sounds nice. Got a 2-drop for early defense. It's not great against their knights, sadly. But then later on we're going to have the Ariel, which is very, very strong. Oh, I love the flavour of the set, be frank. The flavour of the set, like, appeals to me so much. There's 5 matches in this league, Espion, and then we'll probably enter another one, because I'm really enjoying this. Alright, we can't block this with our 2/2. I think I still just want to cast this instead of the Tome. We could use Tome to try and hit land drops for this, but I think just getting our 2/2 out seems fine. Then next turn we have the option of like Healing Grace to win a combat against the Knight and cast the Tome if we want. Okay, the Corsa says no to that. This card has seemed really impressive to me for a common. We faced it earlier in the league and just makes it really hard for you to brawl in combat with anything if you're on the back foot. Discard your hand, draw 2. That's kind of interesting, guy. I haven't really thought about that in Dredge, but certainly not impossible. Yeah, Pegasus Courser is so impressive, based on what I've seen for a common. It's like very respectable body, and then it makes it impossible for your opponent to win races if they've fallen behind. Awesome. They didn't block because they really want my Pegasus Courser. Sadly, neither of these are knights for our Ariel, but Ariel still only needs to make 1 knight to kill the Courser, which is nice. Avon Windguide from Hour of Devastation Limited. Which one was Avon Windguide? Was that the gold uncommon that gave the tokens Flying and Vigilance? Because that card was pretty scary too. Aerial Guide. Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah. Alright, still going to be taking 4 next turn, but we get to cast our Ariel here. And we also get to hit for 5, which is not nothing. It was for a 2/2 Pegasus Courser. Oh, Aerial Guide. No, yeah. The flyer that sends a creature flying when it attacks. Yep. Sorry, I'm messing up card names. Yeah, Aerial Guide was really solid. Ooh, this is pretty nice. They have a kicker spell they're saving. Another equipment. +1/+1 for each land you control. Jeez. They don't have any legendary creatures, but this is going to give, what, +6/+6 next turn if they have a land. And this doesn't hit artifacts. We might end up losing to this. Hey there, Alex. This is actually really scary. Yes, I'm just attacking with my things, right? And hoping they don't have the land for the Black Blade. We don't have any knights, so we can't use this to kill the Pegasus Courser. Oh, maybe we're meant to kill the Elfheim Druid after combat with our 4/4, just so they don't have the 7th mana. I think we're meant to do that. So we attack with our creatures, and then post-combat we can kill the Elfheim Druid. And just try and buy time before they can equip Blackblade. Yeah, because we have 0 knights, but this is 0 power. This is sweet. Awesome. I think I want to cast the Lance here, so I can threaten Lethal next turn in a bunch of different ways. Yeah, it was a 3 mana 2/2, I think, Espion. I think it was like a Windrake, unless I'm misremembering. That's a 4/4, okay. If they attack with both their creatures and we draw a land, we kill them. Right, they're not attacking. Makes sense. I don't think we Healing Grace to gain 3 life here. I think we just untap. Hope to hit a land for the Blessed Light. If we don't, we have to reassess. Okay, so we're going to equip the Lance to something, and then we're going to attack with a bunch of creatures. And we're going to have Healing Grace up to try and win combat. So the Lance could go on the 3/2. I guess this 3/2 gets to trade with whatever we put the Lance on, which is annoying. And we really have to try and get the Gorger in combat, since the this is rough. So we're going up to 12 off the Healing Grace. Blackblade is going to give +7. The Pegasus is 8. So if we can get the Gorger out of play, we don't die next turn. So we have to get the Gorger out of play. If I equip the Knight and attack with everything, there's a chance they try and eat the 3/2 of their 3/2. I guess they'd probably still just jump the Knight, wouldn't they? What about if I equip the Evangel? That does nothing. I guess I'm just equipping Ariel and attacking. I just don't think there's anything else we can like meaningfully equip here. And we just have to hope they mess up blocks and don't just chump our Ariel with their Knight. Like, I don't think there's any other nice way for us to block. Maybe what we're meant to be doing is equipping this, attacking with everything, hoping that they use the Knight to kill this, and that they try and take the Ariel off the board, whilst we don't like try and trade their 4/4 for our 4/4. Maybe that was a bit better. That was probably a bit better. Anyway, this is what we're doing now. And they don't know about the Healing Grace, so still a decent chance of this going our way if they mess up. Thanks for the cheer, Or. I really appreciate it. This card's really impressive, huh? Oh, wow. Huh. So this becomes a 4/3. It means they don't have the land for the Black Blade, though, so they might not be able to equip this next turn, which is really good for us. So we're going to use the Healing Grace here. This becomes a 4/3 first strike. But it's going to die because it fights our Ariel. Okay, so we target our Ariel. And then we have to target their knight, because it's the knight fighting. Oh, it doesn't get a counter. I'm being stupid, right? Oh well. Yep, you're right. I'm still not used to the cards. Yep, y'all are right. It doesn't get the counter because it's not legendary. We still get to kill this though, and then they have to block with something. So I think it's still fine. So we name the knight. Yeah, obviously this is a slight mistake. I'm not familiar with the cards yet, but this only puts the counter on it if it's legendary, and this is not legendary. So they're probably going to put the 1/3 on the 2/2, the 4/4 on the 3/2, and they go to 2, and then they hope to rip a land for their Black Blade. Obviously we messed this up slightly, but I don't think it's going to end up changing things. I think it still just comes down to whether they rip the 7th land. I guess we could have used this to like gain 6, right? We could have just let this die and then use this to gain 6. So it probably did actually cost us the game. Oh, that's fine. Learning the cards, right? Yeah, exactly, Cambo. Like, just getting used to the cards. It's fine. Get to be on the play now. We get to board in a disenchant for the stupid Black Blade. At least the Black Blade's really telegraphed, so we're going to have like a good opportunity to kill it if we draw a disenchant. What do we want to cut here? Like, I could see this just being... Oh, I could see the Urza's Tome being a bit slow too. Their deck seems reasonably aggressive. I also think our deck's just like a bit more powerful than theirs already. So we can cut the Dudley late game card. And our deck's probably still going to be good. I think I like that. Yeah, so what we should have done is let the fight spell resolve. And then we could have used this as a gain 6. It's fine, Espion. I'm still getting used to the cards and stuff. It's going to happen. Because you thought the creature had to be legendary. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. No, it seems so. It's basically pounce. It's if the creature isn't legendary, it's pounce, and then if it is legendary, it's an instant speed hunt the weak, which is like absurd. All right, we would like to go first. This hand is not going to do it. Oh my god, not like this. Not like this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The card does not read well. Yeah, it doesn't read amazingly, for sure. Right, we're going to need to run pretty well here on this multi-5. Elfheim Druid. That one's pretty good. Drawing the 3/2 is really nice. It means we can start pressuring our opponent. Now if we draw an equipment, we have something to jam the equipment on. Okay, that's not too concerning. They found their third colour though. Okay. I'm just going to attack with my 3/2 here and cast my 2/2. I don't really want to eviscerate either of these things. Ooh, what is this? 4 mana. 5 mana. Oh, wow. Uh-huh. That card's gonna be fairly hard to beat on a Multi 5. This looks amazing in general. I guess I'm casting the Serra's Wings and just hoping they don't have removal. I think that's my best chance to win. The art on this card is gorgeous. Yeah, it's pretty strong and common. I think I'm just going to cast the Serra's Wings and hope they don't have removal. I think that's my best shot at winning. Since obviously we're pretty far behind from mulling and them having this card. Right. So if we discard the elephant, they get back a 3/5 instead of this 2/2. But if we discard the eviscerate, we lose our removal spell, which is obviously not ideal. I think we still have to discard the elephant. The elephant doesn't really do much against this, and this is how we're winning the game. We still get to eviscerate, like a flyer. If they play a flyer that can block, we get to eviscerate it. So I think I'm just going to discard the elephant, so we can get flying blockers out the way. We're just all in on this trapper now. So just have to play accordingly and save our removal spell to clear flyers or reach creatures out the way. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm really happy with the eviscerate now, because we can kill this reach blocker. Helm of the Host. Okay. Oh, they can rebuy this? Huh. They can rebuy this. It takes a lot of time, though. I guess once this is in the graveyard, they get it back with Eldest Reborn. So this turn I want to cast Helm of the Host, tap this down, attack. Then next turn I eviscerate the Multani, so they can't reanimate the Multani. Yeah, that makes sense. And we still get our attack in because we get the Trapper trigger. Obviously if we can get the Helm of the Host going next turn, that gives us a chance of getting back in this game properly as well. I think this is good. So they're going to get a 3/5 back, which is not terribly scary. Oh god. Okay. This game just got much harder with them having the pounce. Oh wow, and they have the Black Blade reforged. Thank you, Tautist. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So we can kill this. I'm honestly feeling pretty dead right now, but I guess I'm just going to go ahead and kill their 6/6 and see if we can draw out of this. We have a disenchant for the Black Blade, so if they spend their turn equipping the Black Blade, at least we could draw the disenchant, and then maybe draw Phyrexian Scriptures. Yep, they got back the legendary creature that we killed earlier. Oh my god. That deck's so good. So much better than it looked in the last 2 games. There's an Ariel as well. Yeah, I think I'm just pretty dead here. Matt, do you mind answering that? How has Helm of the Be- How has Helm been? Helm has been completely absurd. Helm is like, you know, game winning a lot of the time. Obviously this game it's been really awkward, but every other time we've cast Helm, when we haven't like mulled to 5, it's just taken over the game. No, my creatures. Okay. I don't think Phyrexian Scriptures does it anymore. Pretty sure Phyrexian Scriptures does not do it anymore. That was pretty sad times. If every card is a bomb, is any card really a bomb? An excellent question, Guy. Right, we're 2-1 in Spirit because we lost round 1 to a bug. But that last round we got murdered. We could have won the second game if we'd played a bit better. But it is what it is. Learning the cards. Getting a feel for a bunch of these cards though. A lot of them have seemed better than they look. Right, we need to run lands in this hand, but like obviously we can't cast any spells at the moment. But we've got arguably our best card, arguably our second best card, and the Trapper works really nice with the Serra's Wings, so I think this is an easy keep, even though we need to run a bit lucky on lands. Because if we hit the lands, we're going to be in such an amazing position. Awesome, that is excellent. Means we can cast off Ritu next turn very easily. And that's also awesome. Like, I think this game is going to be pretty hard to lose now that we've hit the land drops we needed. We're going to get to play Helm of the Host next turn and start making more trappers. And the Phyrexian Scriptures is going to be good at cleaning up saplings in a little while. I'm just going to play this. I want to start making more trappers next turn, rather than casting the on Serra's Wings and maybe running into an Eviscerate. I'm probably not going to block with the Trapper, so I'm going to be attacking. I don't really want to have this die to a pump spell, because we really need the creature to start making copies of the creature. So I don't really want to expose my creature to a pump spell quite yet. Opponent's considering what to do here. I think for the time being, I'm gonna focus on getting the Helm going, and then it's kind of awkward. Scriptures and Helm are a bit of a nombo, but honestly, if we have so many tokens that casting Scriptures is bad, then we're probably already winning, right? So I think it's a fine nombo to have for that reason. Like, both cards are, like, if we're not casting this, it's because we're winning the game, which is fine. Come on, opponent. Kinda want to know what's gonna happen. Ooh, we have action. Okay. 4/5 Menace. If it was kicked, create... Wow, that's a really powerful kicker ability. 4/5 Menace is quite good too. Interesting. I think I'm just going to equip the Helm and start making 3/2s. And then hopefully they deploy another creature and we can slam the scriptures to kill their 4/5 Menace. Oh, that sounds awesome, SPN. I still need to figure out what I want to play in Brawl. I want to make a Brawl deck for when I'm at GPs and stuff. I kind of just want to make Padim, but I'm aware Padim might not be competitive particularly. But artifacts are kind of my jam, so you really like what you've seen in Brawl? I like it too. Especially now that it has Dominaria cards, which gives a lot more depth in terms of what you can play. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty solid. I'm just gonna play the scriptures this turn. That's pretty good. It means this Song of Freyalise isn't gonna get them much value, which is nice. Oh, you have a Padim EDH deck? That's awesome, Amy. My EDH deck is Phage, because I don't know. I'm a very silly person. For some reason I decided I wanted Phage as my commander. Who knows why. Right. Yeah, I get to tap with the Critters Tautist. So I don't really get to block these very well. So I could just attack with everything for 10. And then my opponent has to leave back loads of creatures on defense to not die. I guess Phyrexian Scriptures is going off, so they're going to attack with everything. But then if we hit for 10, next turn we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we hit a land, we have 10 damage next turn, potentially. Yeah, this seems good. Just like want to push as much damage as possible, because then the trappers are going to kill my opponent really quickly after the scriptures. That makes sense. Bolas might be a bit good. Bolas seems sweet. So the thing I've heard is that most Planeswalkers are slightly worse as Brawl commanders than you'd expect, because every single Brawl list is playing Sorcerous Spyglass. So every deck has an answer to... every deck has a cheap answer to your commander that just locks it out unless you can kill the Sorcerous Spyglass. Oh my god, that's so disgusting. Garner the Bloodflame. That is a good Garner the Bloodflame. Not gonna lie. Wow. I really want to cast my Ariel this turn. So I guess I'm just going to combat here. And then if I attack with both my creatures, I can get the haste off the board. If they block... If they don't block, they're like super dead next turn. I'm pretty fine with this block because we just want to get the hasteness off the board. And we can suit up Ariel next turn anyway. Yeah, that was kind of nasty combo, for sure. I think we're still in a great position, though. And the Song of Freyalise has essentially done nothing as well, which is really nice for us. Because of the timing of our scriptures. I like how the exile all creatures mode was just not relevant because the Garner got to be cast before it. You think Temet tokens might be fun? That sounds pretty sweet. I'm a fan of any deck with Anointed Procession. I don't think I want to change too much. We didn't see many Invoke the Divine targets that I care about. They have the Song of Freyalise, which is quite good, I guess. You know, I do wonder if we're just always meant to have this in our deck. It seems actually really solid and sealed. There's just so many good sagas and good equipments. I'm just going to have this in the deck. I might just move it into the main deck after this match. And then I kind of just want to cut like the Urza's Tome again. It feels so bad cutting this. But our deck just already feels really powerful and I'm worried about falling behind. Maybe this just isn't as good as I thought it looked. It's kind of slow. I thought it'd be really nice and sealed. I seem to be boarding it out a lot for fear of falling behind. This hand is really nice. We've got our Danifer. She's really strong with the Jousting Lance as well. Gain lots of life. Cut Healing Grace. I could do. I kind of like having a cheap trick, but I guess Healing Grace is a bit worse when we're on the draw, because we're not going to be forcing our opponent to block as much. So that's not unreasonable. Oh my god, I've heard this card's amazing. To each opponent they just get to keep making 1/1s in the late game, essentially. Seems really strong. So this time we can cast the Trapper, and then next time we can go Danifer plus Lance and tap a creature down so we can attack. And then the turn after we can suit up Danifer. The Lance is going to cost 1 less once the Danifer's in play. We get a really easy historic trigger. Danifer in foil was gorgeous. I can believe it. All the stained glass in the picture looks amazing. I could see that looking gorgeous in foil. Interesting. So, let's cast Danifer. Cast the Lance. Oh wow, we get a trigger just off Danifer as well. I forgot about that. That's great. I guess that means we don't even have to cast the Lance yet, depending on how this goes. Tap of our critters. There's a good question of whether we want to hold the Lance. If we hit a land, we kind of want to cast Blessed Light next turn, so it's not like we're equipping this next turn anyway. And if we don't hit a land, we can use this to tap down a creature and then equip it, which seems really good. Like, this is a nice plan for if we don't hit a land. So I think I'm just going to hold it and save the historic trigger. Dark Bargain's pretty good, but our opponents are at risk of getting run over this game with our really aggressive start with the Trapper. This Trapper's been really good so far in the Sealed League. Okay, they have a Spider, but we get to tap down the Spider. Oh wow, so many Jousting Lances. So we cast this, tap the Spider, get the Lance in play. We equip the Lance onto... If we equip it onto Danifer, we get to gain some life. If we equip it onto the Trapper, we get in for an extra damage. I think I'd prefer to get in for an extra damage. And put them to 8. I think the extra damage is worth more than us gaining 4 life at the moment, because we're like very clearly the aggressor. Obviously, like, trading the Trapper for Slimefoot would normally be a really good deal, but I think we're just trying to get our opponent dead if we can. Exile a creature from your graveyard. Okay, that's kind of sweet. It's probably going to be a bit too slow though. So we can cast this, tap the spider again, because the Trapper is awesome. Then we can suit up Danifer and attack with 2 creatures this turn. And they can exile this, so they can make a token with Slimefoot and block with it, but I think that's fine. It means that we're chewing through their mana. And then if we hit a land, we can exile the spider and have really good attacks next turn as well. Also going to gain some life here, so even if they somehow stabilize, it's going to be hard for them to pressure us too much. Hopefully we hit a land and we can exile the spider. Have some really good attacks. But even lots of our non-lands give us historic triggers to tap the spider, so we're drawing pretty live here. This can't block very well, because these first strikers outpower it. Awesome. So we're going to exile the spider. And then we're going to attack with our first strikers. And they're probably going to have to chump block. Yes, they can double block Danifer, but then we get the Slimefoot out of play, which sounds pretty good to me. And we still have our 5/2 first striker. So I think I'm fine with them double blocking Danifer. Maybe we're meant to attack with the Evangel as well. I know they can make a 1/1 and chump one of our big creatures, so yeah, we just want to do this. So they can make a 1/1 with the fungal plots. So I guess they might just chump with the sapling this turn. Or they could double block these on Danifer to take Danifer down. Yeah, they're just jumping. Makes sense. We still get in a bunch of damage and gain a bunch of life. And now they have one less creature in their yard. Next turn we might end up invoking the Divine on the fungal plots. So we can stop their value train a bit. Oh wow, that's a lot of saplings. That's a lot of saplings. We drew an Eviscerate too, so we could Eviscerate the Slimefoot or we could kill the fungal plots. If we kill the fungal plots, we stop them drawing cards when they block, which sounds pretty good to me. And then we can Eviscerate the Slimefoot next turn. Thank you, Espion. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I think I just want to get rid of this, so they don't get to draw cards on blocks. And then we're going to attack with our critters, and even if they have to like jam all their creatures on Danifer to take her down, and we get to kill Slimefoot that way, which is great. And then soul salvage the Danifer back anyway, so it's not like they're even achieving very much there. So we just attack with the first strikers, because we don't want this to get cleanly blocked by the 2/3. Get 2 of their saplings out of play, which is really good for us. Gain some life in the process. Next turn we can finally Eviscerate the Slimefoot, which is going to stop them pumping out loads of saplings. And even if they somehow deal with these creatures, we can just buy them back, so we have a lot of inevitability here. Ooh, what do they have in their graveyard to return? Feral Abomination is quite scary, because it's just such a big creature. It's actually reasonably terrifying. Alright, so we might have to think a moment here. There's like a lot of stuff going on. Thank you. So if we kill the Slimefoot and attack with everything, they make a sapling, and a sapling goes on our 5/2, and they can just take 6 and go to 1, and then next time they can sack 2 saplings to get Slimefoot back. Or they can sack 2 saplings to get a big creature back, which blocks really well. I think we have to kill the Whisper, weirdly, instead of the Slimefoot, since the Whisper can get back Slimefoot anyway. That kind of makes sense. In which case, I'm just going to attack my 2 first strikers. Yeah, opponent's deck seems pretty solid, for sure. They've got some nice synergies going on. The Slimefoot card seems really strong. So I'm going to kill Whisper here, because we just don't want them reanimating stuff, I don't think, in combination with Slimefoot's saplings. Like, I think leaving Whisper in play means things can actually spiral out of control, whereas with Slimefoot in play, at least we're forcing them to commit lots of mana to make their blockers, and we're still gaining life, whilst we get to use our mana to make more threats. So, like, we're forcing them to use their mana to make saplings, whilst we get to make threats, which seems really good for us, I think. Oh, wow, that's really strong. That punishes us for playing out the land. I didn't know this was in the format. Okay. That's pretty brutal. Losing our late game. Yeah. That was pretty brutal, Alex. Agreed. I'm still in a very good position, though. We still haven't drawn any of our bombs, either. So we're drawing really live as well, whilst we're pressuring them so much. Attacking with a 3/2. Just try and keep chipping in for damage. Makes sense. That card seems pretty mind-rotty. I do get that impression, Alex, for sure. I guess we just attack with these 2 again. Force them to block. If we get the Slimefoot off the table, it's great. And that blocking with Slimefoot is the only way they can actually take down any of these creatures, so we still just keep gaining life. Is there any reason to hold this? I can't think of any reason to hold this. I'm going to play it out, since there's some discard in the set. The opponent can kill Danifer, but it involves blocking with... It would have involved blocking with Slimefoot, and we're pretty happy trading Danifer for Slimefoot, I think. Alex, so... Sacrifice another creature. Oh wow, that's pretty sweet. So it becomes a 5/5. That's going to make it a lot harder to pressure our opponent. We might just have to suit up Danifer now and just attack with her. Because, they can sack... What they can do at the moment is they can block Danifer with the 3/3, sack the sapling, and eat Danifer in combat. So, but if we equip both our equipments to Danifer, we get to attack for 6. And any blocks that would take out Danifer involve them blocking with Slimefoot, which is good for us. So we're just going to rumble for 6 lifelink and keep climbing our life total higher and higher. Yeah, opponent's deck seems really good, Alex. Like, so many synergies. With all these saplings. Plays a long game pretty well. Right, I'm just going to keep playing up my lands, and I think... Is there any reason to re-equip this? So if I draw a historic spell next turn, I'll be tapping down their Omnivore. which inclines me to re-equip the Jousting Lance. I think that makes sense. Though I guess most historic spells are cheap enough that we could re-equip anyway, so I'm just going to pass the turn. Keep our absurd blocker in play at least. Alright, so take another 3 damage. Go to 28. Okay, get to keep his... do we get to attack with Danafer this turn? So they can make 2 saplings. But if they make 2 saplings, they can't activate the Omnivore. So that is not an option. They can make 1 sapling and still activate the Omnivore. So they can make this into a 7/7. By sacking 2 saplings. And then eat Danafer in combat. That seems really bad for me. I think I just have to pass the turn now. I think I can no longer attack because of the Omnivore. So we're now just hoping to draw into one of our bombs. Or into some removal for our opponent's synergies. Right, based on this game, I think I want to bring the book that loots back into our deck. I think that card is actually going to be really good, since this game is going really long and grindy. And I feel like we're seeing a lot of what our opponent's deck is about, which is playing this long grindy game with like sapling synergies. So the looting equipment seems, the looting book seems really strong. Yep. Yep. This is getting scary. Still got a bit of time, but it's starting to run lower. So at the moment they can deal 7 damage with the Omnivore, sacking the saplings. Yeah, we're running pretty rough on lands for sure. Oh wow. That's a lot of zombie knights. Huh. I mean... we can kill... we can tap down this thing. She now has double strike. So if we attack with Danafer, we'd gain 12 and go up to 31. And they'd have to block... Yeah, I guess I'm attacking with Danafer here, because we can gain a bunch of life if they block and we eat through a chunk of their board. It's obviously not great for us. Cool. They're single blocking, so we still gain 6 life out of that. Which is good for us. This game has got a bit out of control. I feel like we've probably lost this, because the Omnivore is now like the best. Honestly, we might just be dead on board. I haven't done the maths. We have to like chump the Omnivore. Danafer plus something would get to double block this, and then this blocks down the sapling. They can sack whatever we block with the lifelinker to the Omnivore, which means we don't gain life. Opponent has to see that they can do that, so it's possible that they don't stop us gaining the life, but it's seeming pretty rough. Yeah, the double striker is really good with the first striking lances, Alex. For sure. Wow, not attacking with the Omnivore? That's... we're probably still dead, but it's something. Yeah, I think you're right. If opponent remembers to sack the slime foot to this, we die. It's possible they forget, but seems very unlikely. Trade Danifer for Josu. Oh, I could. Yeah, I could block the 3-2 on this. These blocks are kind of bad. Kind of not paying much attention because I figure I'm just super dead. If I'm being completely honest. So the moment they sack the slime foot, I will concede they have sacked the slime foot. Cool. Alright. That X seemed a lot scarier, that game. So we want the book back in, because it gives us long game. So where's the book? We also want the tallow candle, just as more removal, I think. Urza's Tome. So we want both of these. Alright. Almost want the Soul Salvage, but I don't know if it's good enough. And we're gonna cut some of the less impactful cards, I think. So this Evangel seems very low impact. And I guess the Healing Grace is pretty low impact. So we just cut both of those for more high impact stuff. Hey, hey. Oh my god. How was your walk? Oh, never mind. This seems fine. We got Helm of the Host, which is really strong.
I have more hair dye.
You have more to hair dye. What colours?
Pink.
Ooh, hype.
Let's go with the pump.
Mm-hmm.
Hurts so bad.
From like the sun or walking?
Walking. No shoes. Yeah.
Ooh, the Corrosive Ooze is pretty good against this Helm of the Host. It's not amazing though. We still get to make tokens every turn.
My brain was also like, there's a nice part for you to walk through. Let's not walk through it and walk along the side.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I've made an error here. But it turned out in my favour because I then spotted my colleague walking through the park.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like bumping into colleagues. Yeah.
Bumping into colleagues sounds like the actual worst. Sorry, I have no idea how much y'all can hear of Caroline at the moment, but I'm talking to Caroline who's in the hall.
No, you're not. You're talking to yourself.
I am totally talking to myself, yes.
I don't exist. I'm a figment of your imagination. You can't prove that I'm here.
I cannot prove that you're here, no. I think next turn I'm kind of inclined to just exile the Slimefoot before they can start getting token value. Ooh, they killed my creature. That's pretty brutal. It means I'm not going to get to start making tokens with Helm of the Host yet. I can get rid of their Slimefoot though, which is great. Oh my god, that seems kind of amazing. Sapling Migration. We need to draw a blocker immediately. We've got all this 1-for-1 removal that lines up really poorly against these saplings.
Oh god. It's like hummus but with cream.
Right, I'm just going to cast this now. Obviously we could save it for the Historic trigger when it could matter, but I kind of just want to use my mana. The 3-2 can block their 1-1s, so as long as they don't have a trick or some removal here, we can start like taking down things in combat. And hopefully draw another blocker next turn. Oh, it's better to block the 1-1, I guess. Obviously they have some things with sapling synergy, but I think the mana making is much more relevant in general. Huh. That's pretty scary. They get to make a sapling. Oh wow, they've assembled a combo here. The Whisper with fungal plots seems really good. I wonder if I just have to kill Whisper right now. Am I just dead? I think I'm just dead. Like, I can kill Whisper, block the 2-2, but then I take 4. Yeah, I just got run over this game. This was weird. This game was very different to the other ones. Them just having Llanowar Elves into Sapling migration murdered us. Yeah. We drew like too many late game cards. Because like last game went so long and so grindy, it was very reasonable to assume we'd want that many late game cards in our deck. But like the particularly awkward thing is we boarded out this 2-2, and even just having the 2-2 on turn 2 that game would have probably made a lot of difference. We could have blocked down a bunch of 1/1s, preserved a lot of life total, and then maybe we'd have stabilized there. That's interesting. This hand is awkward but fine. We've got Phyrexian Scriptures, which is a really good catch-up card if we end up falling behind, because of the nature of some of the cards in this hand. And Phyrexian Scriptures is one of the strongest cards in our deck, which inclines us to just generally keep the hand anyway. Ooh, gets +1/+0 for each legendary creature you control. Okay. Decent aggressive creature. I'm kind of inclined to play the Tome here, because then if I miss the land drop, I can activate this to try and hit my land for Scriptures on turn 4. Pegasus. This card is really good. They're going to have free power in the air as of next turn. It's a pretty awkward card against Scriptures though, because it's a sort of card that inclines you to commit really heavily to the board. I guess I just cast my Lance instead of activating the Tome. Like I kind of want all of these cards. Yeah, I'm just going to cast the Lance, and then next turn we can cast Scriptures. We're going to take 3, so maybe like about 10 damage, which is a bit scary, but I think that's fine. Alright, so we're going to take 3 damage here. And then if they play out another creature, we're probably going to take about 7 next turn. Oh, yeah, we're going to take 6 next turn, as it stands. But we get to land off up to 1, so we don't have to put it on our opponent's creature. Cool. So we just use this as a suspend damnation. So we can click OK, not choose a target, because obviously we don't want any of our opponent's creatures surviving through our damnation. And we're going to take 6 damage and go to 9, but then the board will be raft and we get to stick our Aven Sentry on a clear board. Hopefully hit our land drop for the Abomination the turn after. Cool. So, just play our Sentry and pass the turn. It's really nice this is going to the graveyard, so it'll be something we can exile away to our Urza's Tome in a couple turns. And we get to cast our 5/5 this turn, which is also nice. If they have a Gideon's Intervention here, we can save our creature and just cast the 2/2 instead and equip up a creature for next turn. Our Gideon's Reproach even. Yeah, I'm going to save my 3/2 flyer. I think it's good enough to save. So we prevent 3 damage, we could choose the Gideon's Reproach. We get to cast our 2/2 and then suit up the 2/2 with the lance, so it can attack really well next turn. And then next turn we get to cast our 5/5. So now we're just applying a lot of pressure to our opponent. Attacking for 7 next turn, then 12 the turn afterwards. They can trade off the sentries if they want to, but we're pretty okay with that, I feel like. Since we're just pushing lots of damage here with the 4/2. And we're like continuing to develop our board whilst our opponent's stumbling on mana. So I think this is a very fine trade for us. Now we have 9 damage on board. And after this turn, either creature will be lethal, which is really nice. Possible they have another Gideon's Reproach, but if they don't, they're in big trouble. Awesome. I could save the land to loot away, but I'm inclined to play it out. We've got like a lot to do with our mana, and our first loot is actually a draw card because of the scriptures. So I think just having more mana in play sounds good to me. Since even if our opponents somehow survive through all this, it'd be quite a while until we actually have to loot away a card. Sick. Okay. So, green-white. Didn't really see much of their deck because they were stumbling on lands. They have a bunch of cheap creatures, but didn't see any Invoke the Divine targets, so I'm probably not boarding that in quite yet. I guess I can just run this back. I'm worried the Urza's Tome might be too slow again. Maybe this card's just not very good. Maybe it's just not very good. Honestly, we have such good late game, and we're on the draw here. I think I'm going to board in the Cabal and Evangel and take out the Tome. I think that seems reasonable. Just have another early blocker. Obviously it's very hard to block a creature if they have the Pegasus, but the rest of the time having another early blocker is going to be pretty good, I think, against what we've seen. Especially if they have some sapling tokens as well, having a 2/2 body is pretty relevant. Just to be able to stop saplings attacking us. Alright, that is a bit awkward. I think it's a keep. Obviously we need some black mana, but if we hit the black mana, Phyrexian Scriptures will catch us up really nicely. And, oh, now we've drawn a 2-drop we can cast on white mana anyway, which is nice too. I think it's pretty hard to actually ship hands like this, that and sealed, even if, like, obviously they're slightly awkward. Can't be the target of abilities your opponent controls, but can still die to spells. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's just cast our Evangel, I guess. That makes sense, Espion. Once you're like drawing cards super consistently off it, it's less, like a tiny bit less dirtly, I guess. I don't know. Still quite dirtly. But yeah, I might have been overrating Tome. Tome's the sort of card that, like, in some sealed formats would be very good, to be fair. But this one hasn't felt super slow. It's not felt like super fast either, but it's definitely not the slowest one. Alright, gonna cast another blocker. We can trade one with the 2/2 and use the other to keep the sapling at bay. Obviously the Shana is doing a lot of work. If we hit a swamp next turn, we're in an amazing position. Even if we hit a plains, we can start casting this stuff, which will be really strong. So I think we're going to be okay if we hit a land. Honestly, there's like non-zero motivation to like double block down the Shana, since we have the Soul Salvage. If they have a pump spell, it's reasonably bad for us. That makes sense, Espion. Where like there are some pretty aggressive decks, but in general things are kind of mid-rangey. I kind of want to double block this because we have this Soul Salvage. So even if they use a trick and we miss a land, we can Soul Salvage these back. It's kind of a rough tempo loss, but I think this is fine. Like, there's a very good chance they have a trick here, but it's going to take up all of their turn, hopefully, if they do have one. And if they don't, it's amazing for us, obviously. Yep, they had the trick. That's fine. As long as they don't cast a 2-drop. Oh my god, they had the 2-drop as well? Okay, that makes things a lot scarier. Since, now we're probably just under too much pressure. If we hit a land next turn, we can kill Shana. We take we take 8 this turn, then 4 next turn. Realistically, we have to hit a land to keep playing the game regardless. Awesome. So Eviscerate can kill this, which we kind of just have to do. I'm going to take 4 here and go to 5. But then we can deploy a couple blockers that keep their creatures at bay really well.
It's more of a case of I don't want you to be paying out of your account for it when it doesn't hit.
This is going to start giving things flying. So next turn they can hit us for free. So we have to deploy our creatures, I think, to block on the ground.
What happened to the lemon juice?
I can answer that in a sec.
Okay, sorry. It's a pressing question, clearly. It's not pressing. It just interrupts your stream and your magic game.
It's fine. I'll come out in a sec. Probably a few hours. I'll be stopping at like 8, maybe. Cool. Sorry about that. So now we get to cast on Sarah's Wings, which means we can gain some life. We just have to hope to dodge a removal spell on our lifelinker. We're going to put it on this because it will get bigger once we cast the Danafer later. If they have a removal spell, we're going to lose, but otherwise, on Sarah's Wings could get us back into this. No. Okay. Tried our best. Get to be on the play now, which is nice. I don't think I want to change anything. is all pretty good. Still haven't seen any like good targets for Invoke the Divine, I don't think. So I'm pretty disinclined to board that in. Hopefully we can win this decider for this match. Oh, this hand's pretty grisly. Just like a 4-drop and lands. I don't think we can keep this. Okay, this hand really needs lands. But if we hit them, we've got a couple powerful bombs. I think we keep the planes. Obviously we really need a swamp for these, but we also need a 4th land. Maybe we just have to bottom the planes. Yeah, I think I agree, Shop. I think we do just have to bottom it. It kind of sucks, because we need a 4th land after we hit the swamp, but we do need a swamp first. So I think we do just have to bottom it. And if we hit our land drops and our colours, our hand is very strong. So, right, not really the dream draw. Right, swamp next turn. One time. He didn't have the Shana on 2, which is good news for us. Yep. I mean, Lance is a good card, even if it's not a land. Just really want the swamp next turn. I think if we hit the swamp next turn, we're in a really good position. Okay, opponent isn't pressuring us, which is nice. Although we don't have removal for anything big that they might be ramping into. Uh-huh. Can like see my soul being crushed over here. Oh my word. Okay, that is a plains. Hit a swamp next turn, we can cast Ariel. Even if we hit a plains, we cast Helm of the Host, though I think Helm of the Host might be a bit slow this game. This could be going better. It could be. I get that impression, Shop. Okay. I wonder if I have to use this Healing Grace as a gain 6. I think I might have to. If I draw a swamp next turn, I'm casting Ariel and tapping out. I'd be taking 7, going to 9, taking 4. I think I just have to cast this. And hope to hit, like, running swamps. So I prevent the damage to me, and then I target the angel. I almost messed that up. Right. Okay. More creatures. The course is pretty scary. It means our 4/4 is not going to get to block. Womp womp. We're not actually dead here, but we're dead in spirit. That was a pretty sad ending. 1 mana gain 6 powerhouse. I know, right? That was a pretty sad ending. I thought the deck was really good. We technically went 2-3 because we lost round 1 to a bug that made the game restart when we were in like a very winning position. I don't know. I guess we lost one of the rounds to a misplay as well, because we're still like learning the cards and stuff. That's all fine. I'm gonna open a new pool, and then also I'm gonna stop recording for YouTube a sec.